Welcome back to Studio Chatter. A lot of us have a nice nativity scene set up in our homes, but our first guest has us all beat. Welcome Amy Darrington to the program.
Hello.
Hi, Amy. Welcome.
Wow.
Thank
Yes.
you. So this is just like the tip of the iceberg.
Yes, this is just a few of them.
Just love
So
it.
Yeah.
when and how did it all start?
Well, okay, so it started when I was little. My dad
Okay.
was on the hospital board at the IHC hospital, at Utah Valley Hospital, and so every year he would go to their Christmas party, and he came home with a nutcracker. And so for 30 years he did that, and he was on the board, and every year our family was like, oh, what's it going to look like this year? So I wanted to continue something fun like that for my own family, but I didn't want to do nutcrackers. And I wanted to have just kind of a tradition that was just for our family and that focused more on Christ at Christmas. And so we started to do, we call it a night in Bethlehem. And we have the night, we eat by candlelight, and we sit on blankets in our family room.
I love
I just got the
that.
chills.
I used to make my kids like wear their robes, and they used to participate. Now they just are like,
Now they're
"Mom, we're
adults."
not going to do that. But we try and
should
just
make
have
them.
well, I would love to make them do a lot of things.
Amy, she only has little kids.
Oh,
She
you
doesn't have adults.
Butter,
right?
yeah,
Buttercup.
I don't know if that's any easier though. Anyway, we digress.
So dinner's just really simple. I always pretend like it's something that they would eat back in the day. And then every year we open up a new nativity. So the collection, some of these were not from that. Like, for example, this one up here by Stacy, that one is that's olive wood from Jerusalem.
No way.
And my husband traveled with a BYU group, and he brought that home, so he had that one.
Okay.
But this one actually started the collection right here.
That's
This
one of
was
my
the year
favorites.
that we did. It's super fun.
darling.
I love the silly long legs. of the
Yeah,
animals
it's
and-
super unique. Do you remember the brand? Like, could you hop
don't.
online and maybe buy some of these? Like, if you're not traveling the world.
You probably could. I'm sure you probably could. I think that. Oh, it says Demdaco. So I think I got that one at Deseret Book. So I'm sure you probably could.
So there's
love that one.
you have a very, very unique collection, and I'm sure there's more at home. This one has the stacking.
Right.
So is it Russian?
It could be. I didn't go to Russia to get it. Some of these came, like this one came from Switzerland. My parents brought that home from Switzerland.
That looks
for us.
like a difficult thing to pack home and to store.
Yeah, and it's so fun because it's a little music box, so you can turn it on and.
Oh my
Pull.
gosh, each level? Or just the bottom one?
No, they all go. And how it's supposed to work is that you light the candles, and then the heat from the candles turn the fan.
Oh, no.
Have you ever done it?
No, because I don't want to burn the
Ew.
candles, and I don't want to get it all waxy.
Oh, but
You
how
can
cool
turn the
that would
music box
be.
on, and it's super fun.
But you'll never know.
You need to do it this year.
Yes, you should do it.
I will.
He'll do that
for this year.
Oh.
That's amazing. It reminds me of A Small World.
Yeah,
the little
This
people.
is one of my favorites. I love it. And every time my parents come over, my dad like, oh, there's your nativity that we sent you. Because they had it shipped from Switzerland, so it was expensive.
So I wanted to ask you that. What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
You know what? They all have some kind of memory attached to them. So I can't really say that I have one that's my favorite.
Okay.
I love this one up front. This is
Okay.
the Salto
This one.
Nativity. The one with the blue Mary, because when I was little, my mom made salto ornaments for our Christmas tree.
I
So
remember
we
that
had,
was dough art. Yes.
and she's pretty talented. So we had Bert and Ernie and like everything that you can imagine. We had on our tree. She still does. So she had a salto nativity, and a couple years ago I said, you know what, I really want a salto nativity for Christmas. So she made one for all of us.
Oh my word.
So I love that one just because my mom made it. I love this one too. It's just because
So
it's
pretty.
different. It's super. My mother-in-law, who has passed away that was a gift from her to my children. So that was something that
And was that bought out of the country? It looks like it, but I guess.
possibly I don't actually know the history from that one.
Okay.
I know this one my husband and I got on a trip on a cruise. I think we were in Belize when we got that one. And then this one up front with the orange and
Right over
blue.
here.
That one is fun. We got that one on a Christmas. We went to Tijuana to build with Builders Without
Oh, I
Borders.
remember when you did that.
Uh-huh. And so we picked that up there at just one of the little shops in Tijuana.
This is
so
so
that's kind of fun. Yeah.
Wow.
They're fun. So every year I look for one that's different than what I
Okay.
have.
So you've purchased this year's, correct?
I did. I purchased this year's, but I didn't bring it because it's got to be a
family
surprise.
hasn't seen it.
But I got it. I just got back from London. last
no
week.
way.
I know it sounds like we're world travelers. We're really not. We're really
Oh,
not.
yes, you are. You've been to some of these places. Yeah.
But it's super cute, and it's just a little. It's only about that big, a little ceramic nativity.
Okay.
And it looks like the nativity that they had at the Westminster Church.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's just a little replica of that one.
Wow. I remember the first time, I always just thought everyone has one nativity. And I remember going to one of those huge houses in Mapleton probably 20 years ago. Every single room, including the bathroom, had a nativity. I'm like, oh, people collect these.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple. My first one, though, I wanted to share. My grandma, when I was 15, took a ceramics class and made the full-on nativity, and it's all white ceramic. And she boxed it up and wrapped it in 1985 newspaper. And I only opened like the top one at the time because I, was 15 and stored it. So it wasn't until my first Christmas when I was married that I open the whole entire thing. So it's so precious to me, and I still have it in the 1985 newspaper.
Oh, that's amazing.
Did I say wrapping paper originally?
No, newspaper.
Okay, it was newspaper.
I do the same thing, so it's kind of fun every year because you pull it out and you're like, oh, this one's from 1992.
Yeah.
This is the movie section. Oh,
Or yeah, the obituary. I died.
yeah. Oh, Amy, this is so cool.
So I wonder, my mom grew up very Catholic, so baby Jesus never appeared until Christmas Eve or when they had midnight mass. So I'm always looking in the nativity to see, if baby Jesus begins there or ends there. Or have you ever done that? Have you ever brought the baby later, or they're complete sets when you start?
They're always complete sets when we start. I always make sure there's a baby Jesus in there.
I love that idea, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
that was I really loved that idea. But
This little the olive wood one. So we've had that one probably the longest because my husband had it before we got married, and my second daughter, Sarah, was born the day after Christmas. So the Christmas before that season before she was born, her older sister Allie knew that Mama was going to have a baby. So she would wrap that baby Jesus up. You can kind of see it's been in the tub with her. Kind of weathered. You can tell. That's because Allie, that was like her thing. She would take it and play with it and rock it and put it in the cradle because she knew that her little baby sister was on her way. So that's kind of funny.
That's fun.
did anyone ever get in trouble for breaking a piece, or have you dropped a piece?
You know what? I can't think of a broken piece. Another one that's my favorite that I did not bring is the Fisher-Price nativity.
That's a Deseret book right now. I was there today.
Love that one.
That's
and
a
so
fun
that
one.
was the one that the kids could play with. You can play with that one. Don't touch any of these, but you can play with that one.
That's a great idea.
So amazing. I think maybe we'll have to have you back next year to share more. We'll have to come to your house or
Thank
something.
you.
But we're getting close on time here.
Thanks for having me.
So we want to switch gears just a little bit while we have just a second here. Do you have a favorite Christmas song by chance?
I think my favorite Christmas song is "Oh Holy Night." Would you like me to sing it for you?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Well, a little bird told us
You know
that
Dolly Parton sings that song, and I
That's exactly where she was going.
Were you going there? I was going there. I was going to say Hard Candy Christmas.
Hard Candy
but
Christmas, another one. But I really like her version of Oh Holy Night.
Yeah.
we did hear
so
that
good.
you were a Dolly Parton fan, and I said, I bet you I have something in one of my collections that Amy does not have.
What is it?
Do you remember when she filmed The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas with Burt Reynolds many years ago? Not that I was allowed to watch it, but she had a saddle-shaped handbag, a purse, and do you remember this?
No,
do you remember
I can't
the handbag?
say that I've ever seen the show.
Especially the handbag.
Yeah, well, if you are a Dolly Parton fan, and I really love Dolly Parton, but I obsessed over that handbag for a while.
So
until my
this
parents gave
obsession
it
of
up.
handbags
Fantastic.
started at a really young age for you.
Oh, I think I've always
maybe
been.
that's what started.
But I did love Dolly, and I had her on the 33, and I really liked Hard
That
Candy
is
Christmas.
so
There you go. Well, Merry Christmas to you, and thank
Yes,
you so
Amy,
much for
thank
sharing your
you.
collection. Next, we'll visit with a local singer-songwriter with a brand new album for the holidays. Don't go away.